buddy, hey, John, versus, hey, John. There's a difference. Subtle. You guys do it all the time. There's 29 language patterns in the English language. How many are married? Raise up their hands. Married. Have been, will be, maybe not. Okay? Huey, just because you're the lady and I'll pick on you. When you call your husband and something's boiling and you pick up the phone to call, and he answers the phone, what do you say? You're mad, you're steaming, you're humming. Something happened, the water boiled, he forgot to turn the shower off, the entire top floor's flooded. He picks up the phone. Hey, honey, and your first words would you say his name?
I don't know, probably.
And how would you say it?
Mike.
Mike? Would you say Mike?
No.
You'd say Mike or Mike, right? Like there's more there, right? I get that call. Todd, right? Todd, and you're like waiting for the shoe to drop, right? Like it's like the principal's calling you to the office. You got that long walk, right? So inference is everything. So, hey John, you're inferring that he knows who you are. When somebody comes through the door, hey, welcome to Legue. My name's Todd. Right? So you must control that tonal pattern to give yourself an uplift. That uplift is called inference. You're inferring that you know somebody. It's incredibly powerful. Incredibly. Think about it. Think about as a kid when your parents would say something to you. Right? Mom, you said we're going to the store. Right? 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 Has anybody ever done that or heard that? Right? Well, it's the same thing here, right? Hey, John. All right, so again, that inference is important. The next one we want to get across with, it's called, write this down, a micro-agreement. So this stuff is all NLP stuff, neuro-linguistic programming. It's amazing when you buy into this stuff because everybody can do it. Now, on my sheet of paper, I've got all the cheat notes, right? So I've got all the cheat notes. So it says, we'll just replace hi, John, because we don't want that initial blow-off with John, or is John there, right? Again, an uptone. Hi, is John there? Or John, right? We don't want that is John there, so he says beat it. We want to start with John. Okay, so in this case, we'll say John. This is Todd Lalonde calling from E-Trade Capital in New York, New York. Listen again. Hey, John. This is Todd Lalonde calling from E-Trade Capital in New York, New York. What am I inferring there? In New York, New York?
He doesn't know where New York City is. Or he doesn't know where New York is.
Or how about the opposite? You know, in New York, New York. So, hey, John, this is Todd Lalonde calling. Is my voice up? This is Todd Lalonde calling from E-Trade Capital, like, you know, in New York, New York. Versus, hey, John, this is Todd Lalonde calling from E-Trade Capital, New York, New York. He's like, what? Right? So, again, we're inferring that he knows who we are. Hey, John, this is Todd Lalonde calling from E-Trade Capital in New York, New York. Hey, Sharon, this is Lou calling from Legue in Chatham. Legue in Chatham. Right? You're inferring that they know who you are. In their mind, what are they playing when they hear that tone?
Us.
They're playing, they're back in the store, right? Get it? Right? Right? Daddy, right? You said we could go to the store and get a toy on Saturday, right, Dad? Right, Lou? Right? Right? Do they say right, 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 right? Do they? Kids? They do what? Kids are brilliant at tonality, right? Right? You said right? So it's the same thing here, right? Hey, John, it's Todd Lalonde calling from E-Trade Capital in New York, New York. So he's almost hanging on every word, right? And you're inferring that he knows who you are. Now, he may know who you are, right? But when Sleeman walks through the door and goes to Abrams Jewelers and asks to talk to Tony, and he's got 4 seconds to say, hey, Tony, I'm Sam from Legue. I'm offering you a really unique agreement that's going to take away any uncertainty in the car business for you. Do you have just 60 seconds? right? So tone will be everything at that point. So try that for me. Huey, you're up. So we don't want hi, Todd. We don't want hi, John. We want John. And then this is Sean Hewitt calling from E-Trade Capital in New York, New York. A little higher pitch, you know. All right, try it.
Hey Todd, this is Sean Hewitt calling E-Trade Capital in New York, New York.
Try again.
Hey Todd, this is Sean Hewitt calling E-Trade Capital in New York, New York.
See that? New York, New York. Randy, try it.
Hey Todd, this is Randy calling from eCapital in New York, New York.
Good one, but what about Randy, right? Hey Randy, this is Todd Lalonde calling from E-Trade Capital in New York, New York. Right? We want to New York, New York. Let me try it.
Hey Todd, it's Lou calling from eCapital in New York, New York.
Try again. A little bit higher on the Lou calling and New York, New York. A little higher. So start a little bit lower. Hey Todd.
Hey Todd, it's Lou from eCapital in New York, New York.
One more time.
Hey Todd, it's Lou calling from eCapital in New York, New York.
There's a better one, right? Hey Todd, it's Lou calling from E-Trade Capital in New York, New York. Like you know who we are. Now add this one. How's it going today? Now we can say this, we can say, how is it going today? Right? How is it going today? But is that conversational English? Right?
It is, but
It is.
most basic level.
Right. And we talked about micro agreements. So at the end, when I say, hey John, it's Todd Lalonde calling from Legue in Chatham. Legue in Chatham. Right? That's an inference. I want you to infer that you know me. Now I want you to agree with me about something. Right? So I want to create some sort of conversational agreement where I say, how's it going today? Right? So I almost contract the sentence together. Hear me? How's it going today? So I go from, hi, hey John, it's Todd Lalonde calling from Legue in Chatham, right, to, how's it going today? All of a sudden now what am I doing? Right back down into my conversation, right? So I'm assuming that I'm going to get an agreement and he's going to say to me what? Good.
Oh, good. Yeah, excellent.
Good. Things are good, right? Now, if somebody calls and says, hey, John, this is Todd calling from E-Trade Capital in New York, New York. How's it going today?
Got no time for it.
I got no time for it. I got no time for it. Somebody comes to the door and you say, hey, my name's Todd. How are you? Been to the store before? My job gets the information you need. Hopefully you're on the right car. What's he going to do to me before I get through the introduction?
Judging.
And he's going to stop me and say, hey, I'm just here to look. I need to know the price of that car. Right? Because we know that tonality and posture and body language is the difference. All right? So let's go again. Let's try again. Joe, you're up.
Hey Todd, hey, it's Joe calling from E-Trade Capital in New York, New York. How's it going today?
Good. I like the first part. Hey, Todd. It's Joe calling from E-Trade Capital in New York. How's it going today? A little lower. How's it going today? Try again.
Hey Todd, it's Joe calling from E-Trade Capital in New York, New York. How's it going today?
Perfect. Give him a round there. That was perfect. Give him a round of applause. Give him a round of applause. That was perfect. So again, the inference early is when that videotape starts to play in their head and we're grinding it out on the phone all day long, we want to be that guy. Hey, Todd. Right? Hey, Todd. This is Joe calling from Legue in Chatham. How's it going today? Right? So again, we want to go from an inference, knowing that they know us, to some sort of agreement where I say, how's it going today? Great. My day's going fine too. Right? So again, we're moving along. Let's move around a little bit. So we want to acknowledge whether he's having a good day or bad day. So if he says, oh my God, the day's been terrible, my dog got hit by a car, my car stalled on the 401, can we say, great? No. Now, if you recall, you attended a seminar. No, you can't, right? Has anybody ever done that with somebody on a script, said something that was completely off base, and they just same here? Yeah, it's just bad, right? So again, that's why I say listen, right? We want to listen. So again, we'll pick it up midway through where he says, how's it going today? Again, how's it going today? From E-Trade Capital in New York, New York, to how's it going today? From Legue in Chatham, how's it going today? Right? So now the other big thing is in scripts, pause is power. Write that down. Pause is power.